Yo, what's up guys, it's Rob, and today we're going to be looking at the Ninjutso Origin 1X. Huge shout out to Ninjutso for sending out this mouse to me. This is a retail copy of the Origin 1X, so yeah, thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it. This is an $80 ergonomic wireless mouse that weighs 66 grams, it came out Q2 of 2021. And it has a very similar shape when compared to the IntelliMouse. Right before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know I have added this mouse to my mouse review sheet. Link to that is down in the description, please go check it out. And I will be adding gameplay that I got with this mouse at the end of this video, so stick around for that. So just like I said earlier, this mouse comes in at 66 grams. I wouldn't really consider this mouse a large mouse, it's more of a medium-sized mouse, and weighing in at 66 grams is pretty insane. I honestly couldn't believe it because of its size, and the weight distribution on this thing is amazing. There's no weight balance issue, and when I first held the mouse honestly felt hollow because of how light it was. It's pretty insane, I don't know, it's kind of hard to believe. This mouse does have the 3335 sensor, which I did not have a single issue with at all. I've honestly never had any issues with any 3335 sensor that I've used on any mouse. And this mouse does have a very low liftoff distance, which is always great, of course. It also comes with no software whatsoever, which I kind of like because I kind of don't like downloading stuff when using a mouse. The main reason for that is just because if I can do everything with just connecting the mouse and with the mouse itself, then that's perfect for me. This is the quick start guide that the mouse comes with. It says how to set up the mouse, how to change the DPI setting, how to adjust a report rate. These are all pretty easy steps to follow. One big downside though is that you can't have a custom DPI setting. The settings or the steps of DPI are 400, 800, 1600, and 3200, and that's pretty much it. You can't go like 1200 or anything like that. For me, I know it really isn't a big deal for me, but I know for some people it is a big deal and they want to have like their custom DPI setting, so just keep that in mind when it comes to this mouse. Ninjutso rates the battery life at 48 hours, but I didn't have to charge the mouse at all until the 6th day of my testing. I tested this mouse for a week, which is a very solid battery life, so definitely no complaints there. And now for the shape of this mouse. Like I said before, this is very similar to the IntelliMouse shape, which is a shape that I have never tried. I really didn't know how I would like it, but at my hand size, I am able to use all three grip styles very comfortably. I mainly use claw grip when using all of my mice, and claw grip felt really good. I had no issues with it, as well as fingertip grip. When it came to palm grip, my middle finger almost overlapped mouse 2, but I just curled it a little bit and it was fine. It felt good at my hand size. My hand size is 17.5 centimeters long and 9.5 centimeters wide, so I don't really have the biggest of hands, and I'm pretty sure palm grip will be almost impossible if you have bigger hands, unless you're trying to curl your fingers a lot and still have palm grip. And also if you have bigger hands and use fingertip grip, then that might be better for you, just to guarantee that all the points that are touching the mouse are at your fingertips. But yeah, I was very surprised with this shape. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, and I also aimed really well with it. So now for the coating of this mouse, and well, as you can see, there are a lot of fingerprint and grease looking stains on the coating of the mouse, which for me, I don't think this is a big deal at all, because I would much rather have a coating that works really well and looks bad than a coating that looks good but performs really bad. I do have very sweaty and clammy hands, and my hands start to sweat when gaming very easily, and they do sweat a lot, but I had no issue when it came to this mouse because the coating is very grippy and it feels great even when my hands get sweaty. So if you can get over the fingerprint or grease marks that the coating gathers, then you should be perfectly fine. But like I said before, I really don't mind it because the coating performs really well, and it's definitely worth. So like I said before, this is a wireless mouse. It uses a USB-C cable and or port. The mouse does come with one of these USB adapter things, with the USB receiver, of course, but the charger or cable that it comes with can sometimes be a little bit hard to put inside of the mouse. Like right there, it's connected, no big deal. And when taking it out, it can be a little bit tough to take out as well. This issue will be addressed and fixed for newer batches of the mouse, but I just thought I'd let you guys know before I even consider recommending this mouse or anything like that. Like I said, for me, this really isn't that big of a deal. The mouse still charges and the charger goes in not as easily as preferred, but you can still charge the mouse and all that, so no big deal. It would definitely be better if you didn't have to deal with that. Ninjutso is taking care of it, so keep that in mind. And now for the mouse feet of this mouse. The mouse feet are pretty thin, and the mouse does come with an extra set of mouse feet that are the same size, but Ninjutso have already said that they will provide a thicker set of mouse feet that come with the mouse instead of having the same size mouse feet as the extra feet. This can be good for all the people that prefer thicker mouse feet, and even though these stock ones are pretty thin, they all still have rounded edges, and honestly, I had no issues with them at all. On my GameSense Radar mousepad and my Artisan Hind, both different surfaces, smooth and soft compared to a more rough and fast surface. The glide was perfectly smooth. I had no issues with them, no scratchiness, nothing like that. They performed really well, and the speed of the glide was pretty much like average when compared to other mouse feet. If you would maybe want a faster glide from the mouse feet, then maybe I would prefer getting aftermarket skates for the mouse. I really don't think it's necessary because I didn't have any issues with the stock feet. I have seen some people have issues with them, but I don't know. I just I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have any issues. You might have issues because I've seen other people have issues with them, but like I said, from my experience and from me using the mouse, I didn't have any issues with them. So pretty solid mouse feet. And for mouse 1 and mouse 2, you do get the Kale GM 8.0 switches, which are definitely some of my favorites. Super snappy and crisp, very satisfying to click. I love Kale 8.0 switches. I do get a decent amount of post travel when pressing down on mouse 1 and mouse 2, but honestly, when it comes to pre and post travel on mouse 1 and mouse 2, I really don't feel it that much or at all when using the mouse in game. Because when I use any mouse, I really only press down until I actuate the switch. I never go all the way down, so I don't end up feeling all of the post travel that the mouse 1 and mouse 2 switches have. Sometimes the pre and post travel will make the switch feel mushy, but this is not the case with this mouse. It feels very crisp and snappy. One downside about mouse 1 and mouse 2 though is the side play. I do get side play on mouse 1 and mouse 2, which is pretty unfortunate. Hopefully this isn't something that gets worse over time, but the side play did not affect my gameplay or anything like that, so that isn't a crazy big deal. So now for the side buttons of the mouse. The side buttons do have a glossy coating, which is completely different when compared to the rest of the mouse. Not a big deal at all, but I just thought I would point it out. I get a nice crisp click when pressing either of the side buttons. Very minimal post and pre-travel, not really noticeable at all when playing in game or anything like that. They don't feel mushy whatsoever and they performed really well, so very solid side buttons for sure. So now for the scroll wheel of the mouse. The scroll wheel of the mouse does sound a little bit louder than average when compared to most mice. Still nowhere near as loud as a Zowie mouse, but still definitely louder than average. Just thought I would point that out because a lot of people don't like loud scroll wheels. This isn't really loud yet, but it is louder than average, so keep that in mind. The scroll wheel feels great when scrolling up or down. The steps are really tactile, which is always nice. I love feeling the tactile steps on all of the scroll wheels that I use. Middle mouse button feels good when pressing down. You get a nice click. When scrolling up or down, I never accidentally press down on middle mouse button. And when pressing down on middle mouse button, I never accidentally scrolled up or down. One odd thing I would point out is that when scrolling up, the scroll wheel does feel a little bit different when scrolling up compared to when scrolling down. You also get a different sound when scrolling up when compared to scrolling down. Not a big deal at all, just thought I would point it out. And well, it doesn't really feel bad or anything like that. It just feels different. Overall, the scroll wheel performed really well and I had no issues with it. And now for the build quality of this mouse. I am very surprised with the weight distribution of this mouse. And like I said earlier, the mouse kind of feels hollow. It doesn't even feel like there's anything inside, which is pretty insane. I really wouldn't expect a mouse this size to weigh 66 grams. And I get no side flex or flex on the bottom of the mouse at all. The mouse feels very solid and of very high quality. And I also get no rattle or anything like that, no creaking, nothing when shaking the mouse or stress testing the mouse. So this really does feel like a premium wireless mouse. So now, would I recommend this mouse? Yes, I definitely would. I really enjoyed my time with it, and I also aimed really well with it. The only main issues that I could think of are the mouse 1 and mouse 2 side play, which hopefully do not get worse over time. The coding, which for me isn't a big deal, but I could see why people would not like it at all. And also the charger not going into the mouse as easily as it should. But like I said, in the newer batch, this issue will be addressed and fixed. But other than that, I really didn't even have any issues. I also was very surprised that I enjoyed this shape as much as I did. So if you're looking for a premium wireless mouse that has an ergonomic shape for just $80, this really is a good deal. Before buying the mouse, I would maybe recommend waiting on the charger issue being fixed. That way you don't have that issue at all. So maybe wait for the newer batch. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Oh, sneaky. nothing's working. Well, damn it, cats. Nice one.
I don't think so.
Oh, get fucked.
Damn it. I don't like necessarily the people that I'm working for as much as I think I could somewhere else. Well, that was a good idea. That was a good idea to ask me questions that round. I did not hit a fucking thing. Good game thing. It's been fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, but really not playing much. I did the Diabolical LG tournament, and then ever since then, I kind of just like, alright, chill out for a bit. What the fuck? That was an insane shot.
She blew me. But no, you can take that and you can grill it like a steak, and it'll brown like steak without melting. Fucking incredible.
Did Island just rage? What the hell?
Not only Island, but someone else.
Oh no. How did I miss that? No! Woo!
That's a fact. Your girl got a cardboard ass, man. Tell her to get the step.
Cardboard.
Say if your girl got a cardboard ass, tell her to get the step.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how you got cardboard in the ass.
Fight.